Welcome back to another NHL video. Today, once again, we're going to be continuing our series where we add one All-Star to the team until they win the Stanley Cup through the random generator. But today we have one of the most feared teams a couple of years ago, actually probably around 10 years ago now, the Chicago Blackhawks, who are going through a complete retool, rebuild. This year in the offseason, they lost Alex DeBrincat and a couple other players, but they still got Patty Kane. They still got Captain Sirius, Jonathan Toews. But let's take a look at the Chicago Blackhawks roster. As I said earlier, once one of the most feared teams, Stanley Cup dynasty, but nowadays definitely looking for a Connor Bedard pickup, it seems like. On the first line, they have Andreas Athanasiou, who is new to the squad, Captain Sirius, Jonathan Toews, who is now down to an 83 overall at $10.5 million. Probably going to retire his career there. And then Patrick Kane, who I would not be surprised if he was moved, but again, on that crazy contract, 10.5. They got the exact same contract. So Patrick Kane, Jonathan Toews, and Andreas Athanasiou. Honestly, Patty Kane's a beast. Next line, we got Tyler Johnson. He had that one really good year for the Tampa Bay Lightning, but that was kind of it. 72 points in 77 games. Was never really able to replicate the success of that year ever again, but that was a year for the ages for Tyler Johnson and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Next up, they got a center in Max Domi, who came over during the offseason, and then Taylor Radish, 6'3", 23. Good prospect, good young player, but again, no one who's going to be an absolute game changer. Third line, Philip Kurashev. I don't know too much about him. Colin Blackwell, and then Mackenzie Entwistle. Never heard of him in my life. Fourth line, Sam Lafferty, Jujhar Khaira from Edmonton, and then Reese Johnson. So honestly, out of this whole entire top 12, these forward groups, Andreas Athanasiou could play third line. Jonathan Toews could probably play third line. Patrick Kane, bona fide superstar. But the rest of them, all replaceable. So I think it's going to take like 7 to 10 years to get this challenge done with Chicago. This is one of the worst teams that I think we've ever seen in NHL 23. Or 22, not 23, sorry. But defensively, they do have a decent player in Seth Jones, only an 85 overall, but superstar X Factor, so he'll be around on the team for quite the while. Jake McCabe, Caleb Jones, so Seth Jones' brother. Maybe we put them together, why not? And then we got Connor Murphy now playing with Jake McCabe, so we got the Jones brothers together. I never knew these guys were actually brothers. And then we got Jack Johnson and then Riley Stillman, so on the back end, Seth Jones is good, not great, and he's on an insane contract. Actually, not that bad. Not that bad. I don't think that's his real contract, though. And then let's go into the goalies. So they got Peter Mrazek and Alex Daylock. So honestly, outside of Patty Kane, this team is pretty damn bad. I think it's going to take a lot of years. And remember, for this simulation, we're going to be replaying the same year over and over again. We're not going to keep playing. So Patrick Kane's going to be 32 this whole franchise mode. So I'm predicting 7 to 10 years. I need to give a realistic number. So let's go 8 years. I predict it's going to take 8 years for the Chicago Blackhawks to become Stanley Cup champions once again. Let's get into the simulation. Year number 1. You know what? Let's simulate game number 1 of the regular season here. Simming to a regular season, I anticipate, let's say 31 wins. I feel like that's pretty generous, though, looking at the roster. 31 wins. They don't have a goalie. They don't have anything but Patty Kane. Seth Jones is okay. And game number 1 is against the defending Stanley Cup champions, the Colorado Avalanche. First period, JT Compher gets one. Second period, Devon Toews, Cogliano, Mikko Rantanen, and Kyle Sherwood. And then third period, 7-2. Tyler Johnson scores Taylor Radish, but I mean, that's how I expect the simulation to go. So I'm going to simulate the rest of year number 1, and I'll catch you guys at the end of the year. With year 1 coming to a close here, no shocker, the Chicago Blackhawks do not make the Stanley Cup playoffs. Leading the way was Patrick Kane with 88 points. I predicted 31 wins. They got 30 wins, so not too bad. But Patrick Kane, 88 points. Athanasiou, 68. Jonathan Toews, 67. Tyler Johnson, look at that, rebound season, 61. But obviously nothing too impressive there. Leading the way this year was Connor McDavid, 120 points, and Leon Draisaitl right behind him. Both 80-plus assists, which is insane. Let's go to the spinner and see who the first player we're going to be adding to the squad is. All right, we got the spinner here. Let's spin the wheel. Who is it going to be? It is the Toronto Maple Leafs. Wow. We're starting off the spinner with a bang, picking up one of the highest overall players in the game. Welcome to the Chicago Blackhawks, Mr. Austin Matthews, newest line mate playing with Patty Kane now. Jonathan Toews will also throw on that first line. He's got a better face-off rating, so I might honestly keep Toews in the middle like that. And we'll have Matthews play. Actually, I'll put Matthews on his one-timer side for sure. He's definitely a better shooter than Patty Kane. Patty Kane, sniper. Matthews, probably a sniper too. Yeah, for sure. So, year number 2, let's see if Austin Matthews can turn around the team. Last year we had 30 wins. This year I'm going to say we're going to have 39. Let's get going. As expected, with year 2 coming to a close here, we do not make the Stanley Cup playoffs once again, but the Calgary Flames go on and eventually win the Stanley Cup. We finish once again with 30 wins. Austin Matthews this time leads the points for the squad. Patty Kane right behind him with 85. Patrick Kane actually scored more than Matthews, which is surprising. Jonathan Toews, 72 points. Didn't do too bad there. Max Domi, 62. Leading the NHL was Connor McDavid, probably. Patrice Bergeron, Sebastian Aho, Max Pacioretty, Nathan MacKinnon. Interesting top 3, I will say. But, as expected, we did not make the playoffs once again. Let's get back to that spinner and add potentially another beast to the squad. Last time we got Austin Matthews. I don't imagine we get a player better than that, but who knows? Maybe Connor McDavid? No, not Buffalo. Please, not Buffalo. The Buffalo Sabres. Thank you very much, game. I appreciate it. Buffalo Sabres, there's not too many players you could take. Maybe Tristan Thompson, but I decided on going with Rasmus Dahlin. Just strengthening up that defensive core. Now we got Seth Jones, Dahlin, honestly a -1 right now, which kind of sucks, but maybe I'll play around with those lines. But Dahlin, 87 overall, our highest overall defenseman now. And then on the first line, we're going to go with Anthony Ciu. We'll go, let's do Austin Matthews as the center and Patrick Kane. Second line, Max Domi, Jonathan Toews, and then we got Taylor Radish, who we'll keep him there for the +1 morale. But year number 3, let's see if Rasmus Dahlin can turn around this team. So back-to-back 30-win campaigns. What do we got in year 3? Year 3 in the books now, and once again, the Chicago Blackhawks do not make the Stanley Cup playoffs, but we have a good year. 42 wins, 34 losses, 6 overtime losses. So we're getting there slowly but surely. Austin Matthews once again leads the way, 93 points. Anthony was not as great on that first line as Toews was. Patty Kane, 92 points, 43 goals. Surprised at Patrick Kane scoring more than Austin Matthews, but that's okay. And Rasmus Dahlin, 53 points in 82 games. Definitely a good player on the squad, +17. Love to see that. And leading the way in the NHL. Let's go random. I'm going to say it was Alexander Ovechkin, Nikita Kucherov, Nathan MacKinnon, Steven Stamkos, Gabriel Landeskog, Connor McDavid. There's Ovi. 67 goals. Incredible. A great year out of Ovi. But, we weren't expecting to make the playoffs after getting a player from Buffalo. But who are we going to get in the spinner this time? It is going to be Is it Vancouver? The Vancouver Canucks. Close to getting the Toronto Maple Leafs, which would have been nice to get Austin Matthews' line mate, Mitch Marner. But we got the Vancouver Canucks. So interesting one here. Interesting. I wonder who I'll go with. Selecting the 4th player was a little bit difficult. I ended up going with JT Miller, but I was torn between Thatcher Demko and also Quinn Hughes. But I just figured JT Miller, superstar X Factor. He can fill out that first line. I mean, his defensive stats are unreal. I could put him down in the second line, but I don't think I've ever taken JT Miller in one of these series. So I'm going to go with JT Miller this time. Hopefully the goaltending doesn't come to bite us in the butt here because, as you can see, 81 overall, Peter Mrazek is not the best goaltender. But just an update on the team. We got Matthews, Miller, and then we have Rasmus Dahlin on the squad. We got the -2. Can we do anything about that? I don't really want to move him down, but I think I might have to. Let's just go like that. We'll go Connor Murphy on the first line for now. Can I go? No. We'll go Connor Murphy and Rasmus Dahlin because I don't want that -2. That's too much of a minus. All right, let's go. I believe actually this is year 4. No, so this is year 4. We're making the playoffs here. Yeah, we're making the playoffs this year. Let's go. I have no clue how this happened, but JT Miller, apparently the missing piece. Did we just win the Stanley Cup with the worst team in the game in 4 years? The Chicago Blackhawks. And I'll rewind the tape. I'll show the video. I did not touch anything. I was just sitting here simulating everything. But we go 39, 32, and 11, and eventually go on to win the Stanley Cup. That's insane. Patrick Kane has an absolutely incredible postseason. My apologies. 38 points in 24 games. Stanley Cup champions, the Chicago Blackhawks. I'm honestly in awe right now. I'm so surprised. So let's see where we are. So we play Winnipeg in round 1, beat them 4-1, beat the Kraken in 6 in round 2, round 3 in 7, take down this, not St. Louis Blues, the San Jose Sharks. I'm at a loss for words. I can't pronounce the team names. And then in the Stanley Cup Finals, we take down the Tampa Bay Lightning 4-2. Man, I cannot believe we won this. Austin Matthews leads the way. JT Miller, 86 assists, 116 points. Patrick Kane, 113 points. That first line carried us. That's all it was. The first line was absolutely dominant. The rest of the team didn't really do too much. Everyone's really a minus player for the most part. Wow. Let's take a look at the player stats in the postseason here. Patty Kane, 38 points. Austin Matthews, 35 points. JT Miller, 32 points. And Rasmus Dahlin, 18 points. Holy moly. I was not anticipating this. But let's see who led the league in scoring here. I'm gonna go Austin Matthews did. I hope, at least. Entire league. Leading the way, Austin Matthews, JT Miller, Patty Kane. By far the best line in the NHL right there. The top 3 goal scorers. So it looks like we're probably going to get some hardware here too. Stanley Cup champions, the Chicago Blackhawks. President's Trophy goes to Pittsburgh. Clarence S. Campbell, of course, to Chicago. Individual awards, Austin Matthews with the Art Ross. Austin Matthews with the Hart Trophy. Lady Bing goes to Patty Kane. Conn Smythe, Patty Kane. Anything else here? Austin Matthews gets the Ted Lindsay and the Maurice Rocker-Richard. So we cleaned up this year. Art Ross obviously goes to Austin Matthews as well. But that's going to do it for the Chicago Blackhawks. I predicted 8 years. We got it done in 4 years. So I'll rewind the tape. I'll show you guys the whole postseason. I did not touch anything or change any of the simulation. But that's going to do it for this video. Comment what team you want me to do next. Maybe we'll go with, we've done Philly, we've done Calgary, we've done Anaheim, we've done the Kraken, we've done the Sens. What about, let's think about a bad team here. I mean, we could do the Vancouver Canucks. The Vancouver Canucks would be a good one, but let me know in the comments who you want to see next. And as always, thank you very much for watching. Have a fantastic day. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.